Japan has more people living past 100 than anywhere else. That alone catches attention. But what truly fascinates researchers is how they age. Older adults there move with steady legs, flexible joints, and calm confidence even in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. They rarely rush. They rarely strain. Yet their bodies stay capable far longer than most of us expect. For years, teams from Harvard, the National Institute on Aging, and several Japanese universities studied this phenomenon up close. And here's the surprising part. It wasn't long walks. It wasn't gym workouts. It wasn't anything intense at all. Instead, the secret came from a handful of simple daily movements. Gentle routines. Slow, intentional motions that support balance, coordination, and strength in ways ordinary walking simply doesn't reach. Movements that are easy to do, but powerful when repeated consistently over time. Today, you're going to learn 6 Japanese-inspired exercises that help maintain stability, improve mobility, and support healthy aging after 60. They're safe, they're accessible, and they build the exact abilities older adults tend to lose first. Before we begin, tell me your age and where you're watching from. I read every comment, and I'd love to know who's joining us. Now, let's start with number 6. It looks simple, but it forms the foundation of long, steady movement in Japanese longevity culture. Number 6. Slow, mindful walking. In Japan, mornings often begin quietly. No rush, no noise, just slow, intentional steps along a garden path or a neighborhood street. This gentle style of walking, often called mindful walking, is one of the simplest habits older Japanese adults rely on to stay steady on their feet. It looks almost too simple, but the effects run much deeper. Research from Harvard Health shows that slow, controlled walking improves balance and body awareness more than faster automatic walking. When you move slowly, your brain pays closer attention to each footstep. Your ankles stabilize. Your hips glide more smoothly. Your breathing settles into a calm rhythm that lowers tension throughout your body. Most people over 60 don't actually need to walk faster. They need to walk with more control. Here's how to practice it the Japanese way. Cut your usual walking speed in half. Let your heel touch the ground gently, then roll through the arch, and finish by pressing lightly through your toes. Breathe in for 2 steps, pause for 2, then breathe out for 4 steps. Keep your eyes focused a few feet ahead instead of looking down at your shoes, and let your arms swing softly at your sides. 10 to 15 minutes is enough. What matters is the rhythm, the intention, the awareness of how your feet meet the ground. When practiced consistently, this slow walking style helps older adults stay balanced, relaxed, and mentally sharp. It teaches your body to move with confidence rather than momentum. And once your body is warmed and your breathing has settled, the next movement builds on this foundation and opens your joints for the rest of the day. Numero 5. Gentle dynamic stretching. Every morning in Japan, a familiar melody plays on the radio. It has done so for nearly a century. And when it starts, people of all ages pause for a brief routine of gentle, flowing stretches. Nothing intense, nothing forced, just soft movements that wake the joints and prepare the body for the day. This simple practice is one reason older adults in Japan stay flexible well into their 70s and 80s. Their joints never start the day stiff. Their muscles warm gradually, not suddenly, and their spine moves in all directions instead of only forward and back. Western medicine supports this idea more than ever. Mayo Clinic notes that dynamic stretching increases circulation, improves joint lubrication, and reduces the morning stiffness that so many people over 60 struggle with. Walking alone doesn't do this. Walking moves the body in one straight line. Stretching opens the chest, the shoulders, the spine, and the hips, the places that tighten most with age. To practice this in a safe, Japanese-inspired way, start with a simple sequence. Lift your arms slowly overhead as you breathe in. Lower them as you breathe out. Roll your shoulders forward and back. Gently twist your upper body from side to side, keeping the movement small and smooth. Lean slightly to the left, then to the right, allowing your ribs to open. March lightly in place to warm the legs. Each movement should feel soft, like you're moving through warm water. No jerking, no bouncing, just continuous motion. 2 or 3 minutes is enough to loosen everything. And once your joints begin to glide instead of resist, your posture improves, your steps feel smoother, and your back relaxes. Now that your body is open and your blood is flowing, we move to a deeper, more powerful position. One that Japanese elders maintain naturally, but many Western adults lose over time. Number 4. Deep squat holds. If you visit a garden in Japan, you'll often see older adults resting in a low, relaxed squat as they tend to plants or sort vegetables. They drop into this position effortlessly, heels on the ground, back straight, hips open. It's a natural posture in Japanese daily life. But in much of the Western world, this ability fades long before retirement age. The deep squat hold may look simple, but it addresses one of the biggest challenges of aging: losing the mobility to sit down and stand up without strain. Walking doesn't train this. In fact, walking barely opens the hips at all. But a deep squat gently stretches the ankles, knees, hips, and lower back all at once. It encourages the spine to lengthen, and it teaches the body to stay stable close to the ground, where many everyday movements happen. Research from the National Institute on Aging consistently shows that hip mobility is one of the strongest predictors of independence after 60. When the hips stay flexible, people are more likely to rise from chairs without help, climb stairs confidently, and maintain good posture throughout the day. Here is a safe way to practice it. Stand with your back against a wall for support. Slowly lower yourself as far as your body comfortably allows, letting your heels stay flat. You don't need to reach a full squat on the first day. Even a halfway position helps. If your heels lift, place a rolled towel under them for stability. Hold the position for 10 to 20 seconds, then rise slowly. Repeat a few times and deepen the squat only when it feels natural. Over time, your hips begin to soften, your ankles loosen, your lower back releases tension it has carried for years, and everyday tasks like getting in and out of a car become noticeably easier. And once your hips begin to move this freely again, you're ready for a movement Japanese doctors often use as a daily balance test, a quiet practice that can dramatically improve stability after 60. Number 3. Single leg standing. Across Japan, you'll often notice something small but remarkable. Older adults pause for a moment, lift one foot just an inch off the ground, and hold their balance quietly before switching to the other side. It looks effortless, almost like a moment of stillness built into the day. But this simple act is one of the most powerful balance trainers we have after 60. Walking can strengthen your legs, but it doesn't challenge your balance deeply enough. Balance fades when the small stabilizing muscles around the ankles and hips stop firing quickly, And that decline is one of the main reasons falls become more common with age. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that standing on one leg significantly improves proprioception, the body's ability to sense position and movement. When you lift one foot, even just a little, your inner ear, your vision, and your muscles all work together to keep you upright. It trains your nervous system, not just your strength. Here is how to practice it safely. Stand beside a wall or a sturdy chair. Lift one foot an inch off the ground and keep your eyes fixed on a point straight ahead. Hold for 10 to 20 seconds. Let your body sway slightly. That's part of the training. Switch sides. As you improve, extend the time. And eventually, when it feels comfortable, try closing your eyes for a brief moment. Without visual cues, your other balance systems work harder. The goal isn't to hold perfectly still. The goal is to teach your body how to catch itself again. This simple habit can make stairs feel safer, sidewalks feel steadier, and daily activities feel more controlled. It strengthens confidence as much as it strengthens muscles. And once your balance begins to sharpen like this, the next movement becomes even more important. It trains the exact skill that predicts independence more reliably than almost anything else: the ability to move from the floor to standing with control. Number 2. Floor to stand transitions. In many Japanese households, the day naturally flows between the floor and standing. Meals, tea, light chores, conversations with family, much of it happens close to the ground. Because of this, older adults in Japan continue practicing the movement that so many Western adults lose with age, lowering themselves to the floor and rising back up smoothly. It may not look like exercise, but it trains nearly every part of the body that supports independence. Your legs, hips, core, balance systems, and coordination all work together during this single movement. Walking does not challenge these areas in the same way. The National Institute on Aging highlights the floor rise pattern as one of the strongest predictors of long-term mobility. People who maintain this ability are far more likely to live independently, avoid injury, and stay active into their later years. It isn't about speed or strength. It's about control. Here is a simple way to practice it safely. Stand beside a sturdy chair or countertop. Step one foot back and gently lower your back knee toward the floor. Then bring the other knee down so you're in a kneeling position. Use the chair for light support if you need it. From there, shift your weight. Bring one foot forward into a half kneel, press through your heel, and rise to standing. Go slowly. Focus on your balance. Practice the motion 2 or 3 times. Even partial transitions, lowering halfway and rising again, help rebuild strength in the hips and legs. With time, this movement reconnects parts of your body that may not have worked together in years. And it restores a sense of confidence many older adults don't realize they've been missing. And once your whole body can move through this rising pattern again, you're ready for the most surprisingly powerful exercise on this list: a simple towel movement Japanese elders use to strengthen the core, improve posture, and protect the spine in daily life. Number 1. Towel torso rotations. In Japan, many elders begin or end their day with quiet, intentional movements that strengthen the core without strain. One of the simplest involves nothing more than a small towel. It looks gentle, almost too gentle. But this slow rotational motion trains the muscles that protect your spine, support your balance, and keep your posture upright. Walking strengthens the legs, but it does almost nothing for the deep core muscles that stabilize the torso. And as we age, these muscles weaken quietly. People notice it when turning to look behind them becomes harder, or when twisting to reach something on a shelf feels stiff, or when the lower back starts to ache during simple tasks. Core rotation, when done slowly and safely, helps restore this lost strength. Mayo Clinic emphasizes that rotational stability is essential for preventing falls and maintaining good spine health. Strong core control keeps you steady when you're carrying groceries, stepping over obstacles, or moving in tight spaces. To practice this movement, sit or stand comfortably with your feet planted. Hold a rolled towel with both hands at shoulder height. Pull outward gently to create a bit of tension. Then rotate your upper body to the right, slowly and smoothly, while keeping your hips facing forward. Pause for a moment. Return to the center. Then rotate to the left. There is no rush. Let your breathing guide you. Inhale as you come back to center. Exhale as you rotate. Your goal is not to twist deeply, but to move with control. 10 to 12 rotations on each side are enough to awaken the muscles that keep your spine stable. Over time, this simple practice can ease tension in the back, improve posture, and make daily movements feel lighter and more fluid. And because it engages both sides of the body evenly, it helps restore balance between muscles that may have grown weak or uneven with age. Now that you've learned all 6 Japanese-inspired movements, there's one final message before we close. These exercises are gentle. They require no equipment, and, practiced consistently, they support the very abilities that help you stay independent, confident, and strong as the years go by. When you look at these 6 movements together, something becomes clear. None of them are intense. None of them require special equipment. And yet, they train the exact abilities older adults tend to lose first. Balance, mobility, core control, and the confidence to move through daily life without hesitation. Walking is wonderful for the heart and the mind. But walking alone doesn't challenge the deeper systems that keep you steady on your feet. These Japanese-inspired exercises fill that gap. They help your joints open, your muscles fire more efficiently, and your body reconnect with the rhythm it once moved with naturally. The most important part is consistency. A few minutes each day, a small routine in the morning, a quiet practice before bed. Your body responds to gentle, repeated signals, even at 60, 70, or 80. And when those signals are clear, strength and stability return faster than most people expect. Here on Over 60 Explained, my goal is to help you understand your body after 60 in simple, practical ways, so you can stay stronger, steadier, and more independent for as long as possible. I'd love to hear from you. What part of your mobility do you want to improve the most right now? Is it balance, flexibility, getting up from a chair, or simply feeling steadier when you walk? And one more question. Which of these 6 movements do you think you'll try first? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being part of Over 60 Explained.